Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. My name is Marcia Erickson. I'm host for this afternoon's conversation, and my guest today is Al Liebe with the Marketing Switch. We're going to talk about all things marketing today. He's going to share us a little bit about his journey to business ownership, his practice, and share a peek of what it's really like to be a business owner. Welcome, Al.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us today. I would love to hear a little bit of background about who you are and tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure, yeah. Al Liebe, like mentioned, owner of the Marketing Switch. I'm a originally from Iowa, a little small town over here, surrounded by corn. I started in my first job was in like lawnmower repair type thing, and we had a little section of like products you could sell inside of a hardware store. And I always really liked the section, and I tried to like get things to sell the most, and like, oh, this thing's not selling very well, so I tried to just kind of always naturally been part of it and. So I kind of wanted to get into marketing a little bit, but 9/11 happened. So I joined the military on 9/11. I did my 20 years in there. Put the marketing a little bit on the back burner there because whenever you're in the Air Force, which I was, and I was a jet mechanic, you can see some jet parts over here and stuff like that. But they don't need a lot of marketing in the Air Force, believe it or not. You don't really have to market to to many things. But I did some freelance stuff on the sides, kind of started my own little business a little bit while I was in the Air Force. Learned a lot, read a lot of books, studied a lot of people, things like that. After I got out, I was fortunate enough to get into some basic entry level marketing stuff. Started with a guy who literally was just me and him in a big office, and we built the businesses up. And so I got to travel around the marketing industry and do a lot of different roles, and eventually was able to start my own thing here and focus on helping small businesses.
Wow. Well, first, thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
That was a tough time, I'm sure, and an interesting time to join the military. So thank you for that.
It certainly was an interesting time.
Thank you. Tell us about the business now. Solopreneur, do you have a team? Who do you consider on your team? I often tell clients, even if you're a solopreneur, you've got other people, right?
Yes.
Your advisors, maybe you contract with some people. So tell us what that looks like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got a pretty small team. Try to keep it small.
Mhm.
Before I've worked out where I've had project managers come in, and as every business owner knows, no one does it as good as the business owner does. And some of us people, you can call us control freaks, are like, no, we should do it this way, this way. So I was able to basically become the point of contact on almost all the operations. So I've got a small team that helps me stay organized. It helps me do the small tasks that don't need my big, beautiful brain, you know? So I try to be, I'm mainly the focus of all contact with any kind of clients. Anything goes back and forth, it all goes through me. All the all the knowledge, all the decisions, everything like that goes through me, and I bounce it off my team, and they help me execute and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. What was your impetus to go into business for yourself?
really, I saw the opportunity. I had a rare opportunity that where I saw it could actually happen. I could bring some clients over, and I used to work for another marketing agency, and we started getting to the direct mail business a lot. And
Mhm.
the direct mail business started really picking up, and I was running the digital side of things. So it became we're a direct mail company, and we had to tell everyone, oh, by the way, we also do digital. Oh, I didn't know that, and it became a real like hurdle to overcome. Oh, I thought you were just a print company. Heard that a million times. So eventually, okay, well, let me spin this off and do my own digital thing over here, so we can have a digital side of things, and we can work with the direct mail also. So
Got it. That's where your passion lied.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you
Yeah.
mentioned a hurdle. What is, when you look back on this journey of yours, what's a roadblock that you remember, a hurdle that you had to overcome? What was your biggest challenge so far, and how'd you overcome it?
Sure, yeah. I think it was kind of like I mentioned, is really just trying to bring on project managers and really spin them up because a lot of people you get from the marketing industry now, they have a lot of preconceived notions and a lot of ways they do things. And in my opinion, most marketing agencies really suck. Sorry, but they do. Like they have you seen the what is it? Flex Seal guy? He's got the
Yeah,
water that chugs
yeah,
out, he sticks the Flex Seal on it. That's how most marketing agencies are brought like whatever solution they have. Oh, you have a problem? Run some ads. All right, cool. Okay. Do social media, whatever the agency's focused on, that's the solution to all the problems you may have. You come to them with a problem, they've got the solution. It's always whatever they're selling. And it's okay, we need to work out strategy and figure out every business is different. Every business has different issues. We need to find out the issues and how to fix that properly without just oh, spend some money on ads or do social media marketing, which for a lot of businesses doesn't make any sense. So
Yeah.
trying to break people out of that mindset and say there's more to the world than just running ads. Marketing agencies are terrible, and I own one.
What's one or two things, because we want to know about your journey as a business owner, but also you've got expertise, right? So, and a lot of our audience are looking for marketing strategies, right? So we're going to talk about you marketing your business, but before that, what are one or two tips, things, what's important for our listeners to know about, I mean, you mentioned uh, strategy, you mentioned challenges with marketing firms. What should they be looking for? What should they go into that first meeting with? What are a couple tips and tricks you want people to know about
Sure,
marketing?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're meeting with an agency, and one of the first questions that they should ask you, if they don't ask you this question, just get off the meeting and leave. It should be, who is your ideal client? Who is the person that you ideally want? Not your average client you get every day, not the one you always get. What's the one you really want to get?
Mhm.
Make sure you have that nailed down. And your ideal client you got to figure that out first too. That's this whole process. Is it the one who pays you the most money? Okay, well, maybe. Is it the one who's easiest to work with? Is it the one who sends you the most referrals? You need to figure that out, kind of like define success, I like to say. Once you do that, then you can start building everything around that entire process. So I usually say is go through the Rolodex in your head of clients you've had in the past and who was your ideal client. Then write that person's name down and say, every marketing decisions you make, how would this person feel about what I'm doing right now? How would they feel about the website? How would they feel about the social media post? How would they feel about this email? How would they feel about the receipt they received? How would that all look? If you don't have that nailed down, then you're just shooting wildly and hoping for the best type thing. So really nail that down. If a marketing agency doesn't ask that right off the bat, they're just trying to sell you some junk. So run away.
100%. Sometimes we call it the avatar, right? What are their
Yeah,
demographics, their psychographics? Where do they live, breathe,
exactly.
breathe?
Yeah. You
So,
can really learn a lot from that. I mean, you learn an
yeah.
amazing amount. For example, if you don't mind, I'll jump into an example that I have. I used to work with a cosmetic dentist, a really high-end one out of Atlanta. And he came to us and he was trying to sell his high-end package, which was like $75,000 to get a full mouth thing done, stuff like that. So obviously a big ticket item.
Yeah.
When you do that, you really need to figure out who is the ideal client.
Mhm.
So we went back through all the people who've ever purchased from him before and his ideal client he's already had. Went through and found out, guess what? They actually three of them lived on the same street in the same neighborhood. And we're like, that's interesting. Okay, so pivot now. Maybe we go direct mail. Maybe we direct mail that street. Maybe we geolocate around and run an ad to that people. There's what are these? Are they in the Rotary Club? Things like that. And we were able to get down there and actually end up tripling the amount he had to the point where we're like, okay, we're good. System's running. See you later. We won. Bye bye. Like
Yeah.
fantastic win.
Love it. Love it. So I'm going to turn the tables. Who's your ideal client?
Oh man. My ideal client. I actually have a whole podcast, like 3 or 4 episodes about my ideal client. I put out there
Okay.
as an example of how you can build. So if you ever want to watch my podcast, it's the Marketing Switch podcast. So
Okay, perfect.
yes, really, it's service-based businesses such as law firms, wealth advisors, accountants, tax consultants, any kind of consultants, things like that. People who can see past the shiny veneer of the marketing agency and people who actually have gone down and figured out where their clients are coming from. Because for the most part, everyone's getting clients from really two sources, Google and referrals. Okay, that's fantastic. So I'm not a big ads guy, and that could be a source, but let's focus on Google and referrals. How can we get more people to find you on Google? When they find you on Google, okay, what's the process look like? Who do they call? What form do they fill out? When they call your front desk, do they get, Shirley, who used to be the, elementary school secretary forever? Well, is she your salesperson? Well, okay. Let's figure out the sales process and how that actually works and what she says and what the flow goes and things like that. So people who can look beyond I want to run ads. I just want to get leads in, and then I don't want to follow up with them if they don't want to buy right now. So, what I like to call intelligent business owners.
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of giving us a glimpse, but let me ask it another way. What makes your business unique then? So there's a lot of marketing firms out there. What makes you stand out?
Really, like I said, the personalization of it. Like I mentioned direct mail a few times because that's just one of the tools you have.
Yeah.
I don't rely on direct mail for most of my clients, but sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go and work on really follow-ups. Sometimes we want to work, okay, well, maybe you need text messaging. Maybe we need to do this. And really just thinking through where your business is at, where you want it to be, and how do we get to that process? How do we get to that point there? So really, it's this kind of personalized going in there, which is a perk I have of having a small agency. When you've got a big agency and you've got a lot of people, they've got a product they're going to push, they've got their account executive, and this is what they're going to be running through the cycle process. With us, it's like, okay, I want to learn about your business. I want to learn about you. Let's figure out what success looks like for you, and I can help with that and everything like that. And try to go to a big agency and have them help you define what success looks like. They're going to be like, success looks like run some ads. Okay, it doesn't. So really, the
All become a
flexibility I have.
strategy. It's a
Yes,
marketing strategy. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, the flexibility I'm able to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So this is coming. How do you market your business?
Oh man, terribly is how I market my business.
The cobbler's shoes?
Oh man, yes. The mechanic's car is runs terribly. And I used to be a mechanic. My car is, no, I'm just kidding. Um, really, I try to go out and meet people and just get in front of other business owners and really just talk to them. And like I mentioned, the primary two questions. Okay, so you get your leads from Google and referrals. And then I usually ask, okay, well, how are you getting more referrals, for example? And they will say, well, they just fall from heaven like manna, Okay, we can get more referrals, things like that. So really, it's just talking to people and trying to break out of this stigma. Because whenever the name of the company is the marketing switch, when you hear the word marketing, it's like, oh, run away. And I'm like, I get it, I get it. Marketing issues are terrible. We've covered this. So really, just trying to get in front of people and talk to them. And if I'm anti-ads, I don't want to run ads to find people and
Right.
things like that. So.
Yeah. So yours is I'm hearing networking, referrals. Yeah.
Yeah, getting people on the list. I'm really big on newsletter. I have a newsletter I send out once a week,
Okay.
and that's really the 90% of the marketing I do is just my newsletter that goes out to my list. So feel free to sign up for my newsletter
Yeah.
on my website, themarketingswitch.com. And I
Awesome.
I give, big tips out and just silly memes and, updates on my kids and my hamster and, whatever we're doing. So
Yeah.
vital information you need to know.
So what's it look like? So say someone is curious, they reach out to you, they want to give you a call. What is that process? What does your sales process look like for them? What would
Sure.
they?
Yeah. I'll meet up with people. Obviously free consultations, the usual thing like that. And really it's just making sure that we fit and we match. If
Mhm.
you are, if you're anti my world of marketing, then we're not probably not going to work together. So for the most part, we work together and say, okay, what are you looking for to happen? We talk about just an initial consultation of where you're at and where you want to be. And then from there, we can break into strategy. Okay, cool. So we can figure out if you want to focus on, let's say you're getting a lot of leads coming in from Google, but they're not turning into sales. Okay, great. We don't need to focus on SEO and bringing people in. We need to focus on the sales side of things. What systems do you have in place? And kind of going like that. And really just trying to narrow down for each individual person an individual plan and a long-term strategy to make sure that they're doing good, not just in a month or two, but in a few years that they have systems built out that can run and run and run without them. So
Yeah, the marketing engine that it's working.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's one unique marketing strategy for our listeners that you've implemented, that you've seen that's working really well, that maybe others haven't thought of?
Sure. Have you ever heard of AI? It's this new thing out. AI is obviously changing everything in the world, and marketing agencies are really getting hit hard with it. And it's a storm coming, really. And you need to be positioning your business to prepare for the storm. I like to say you need to get an umbrella because it's coming. So along with that, it's an opportunity. There's going to be a select number of businesses that are going to get cited and referred to by AI. Really, you need to learn how to make the AI search engines love you, love your site. And the big tip I will give for that is feed the killer robots human blood, is what I say. So write
Yep.
content that you actually write, you put your fingers in the keyboard and actually write them yourself, or have an agency do it, which is great too,
Yeah.
and put that on your website and give them actual real content. And the AI agents can recognize that and say, this person is giving real content that people are actually asking for. And you will get cited inside of search engines, and you will be at the top of this AI wave that's coming.
Yep, 100% agree. What I love about AI, the beauty in it is unlike, SEO or Google, it tells you what it's looking at. So search
Yeah,
yourself, see what it looked like, who are the best in your industry, in your region, in your whatever. What would a customer look for? And then be there. So
exactly.
I do like that AI kind of gives you the pattern.
Yeah, it's very true.
Gives you the
It's very true.
strategy.
They show you how the sausage is made.
Exactly. Awesome. Okay. So where are you going from here with the business? What's it going to look like in 3 to 5 years?
Good question. So, it's funny because I just painted my wall back here black.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, that's the symbol for I'm dealing with AI and technology now. White walls, no, 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 that's old school. Black walls, I'm just kidding. Really trying to focus more on getting into the AI systems, learning what they're doing this week. Like I said that because I'm serious,
Yes.
like it's changing
Yep.
that fast.
Yeah.
Really just trying to position my clients to, like I said, ride the top of the wave and not get completely buried by this. So it's constantly changing, but really it's bringing people in and adapting whatever we can provide, the tools that we have, the many tools that we have, and how we can help, service-based businesses grow from there and just keep on doing that. To be honest, I love it. I think I love my job. I love doing this. I'm so like I love helping small businesses. It's like I don't want to do anything else. This is great.
Beautiful. What is your business going to look like in 5 years though?
Mm, skyscrapers. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
Signage.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing on more people for sure, just to
Okay.
help me basically balance everything out. And really, like as I talk more about AI, I think that human beings do need to be more involved than ever
Mhm.
before, which is almost kind of counterintuitive to it. But once you have dealt with AI enough, you realize it's a tool, and the workers got to use that tool if they really have to. So, recently trying to find more good, smart AI people and people that you can mold in the right marketing direction. Let's put it that way.
Awesome. So building out that team.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to make you're going to need to wear some new hats too.
Yeah. My head
Awesome.
gets cold, so I need hats.
Awesome. All right. You want to move into some rapid fire questions?
Oh yeah, let's go.
You ready? Buckle up.
Here we go.
What's the key to success for you?
Defining what the key to success is.
Oh, still not sure.
No, I've got my key to success for sure. I've got
Okay.
it locked in. It's just
Okay.
my opinion is if you don't have that locked in, then you're aiming like there's a thing called a Texas sharpshooter fallacy, where like you find this barn door and you shoot a gun at it and it's got holes in the barn door, and then you walk up and you paint a bullseye around the holes that are closest together and you say, look at how well I did. Well, you didn't actually, you need to have a target to aim at.
Yeah.
And then once you hit that one, okay, now this is success. Okay, what's the next level of success looks like? So that's my big thing is defining what it looks like.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
I
Elusive,
know
but
I'm weird.
interesting. What's one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Um, think it through. Think a few steps ahead of time. A lot of us are so busy just getting through the day, getting through the day, getting through the day. I give the example of social media marketing. People love to sell social media marketing to people. Just think that through. Okay, great. So you got some likes and some followers and stuff like that. Okay, so try to take those likes and followers and deposit them in the bank and see how that works out. It doesn't really work out. Think through what is the social media actually getting me? Can you define the revenue this is going to produce in my bank account? Probably not. If you're an attorney or an accountant or whatever, you don't need to go viral. Like think through what you're focusing on and make sure that it's leading to the primary goal, which is numbers in the bank account, bringing people on, doing better business.
Awesome. So, what's a book or podcast that you're reading or listening to right now?
I just finished a great book called Switch.
Mhm.
It's by Chip and Dan or Heath. I don't know what it is. Sorry, but it's called Switch. It is fantastic. It is really, really good. It's really not like a marketing book, it really is. It's about making change happen when you don't have a lot of power type thing. But it talks about the emotional side of things and the logical side of things and clearing the path out to make processes happen. I've made my staff read it. I read it probably at least once every year or two because it's really enlightening. It really breaks it down.
Awesome. This is a fun question. If you had a little bag of magic dust and you could sprinkle it on one piece of your business and have it work impeccably, where would you put the magic dust? Where would you sprinkle it?
As funny as it is for a marketing agency to say, I will say better marketing on my own end.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah,
in
because
front of
you're
more
so busy
people.
marketing for everybody else, right?
Yeah, exactly. It really is. I mean, it's
Yeah,
honestly, it's sad. I'm not talking about social media marketing. I look at mine and I'm like, don't look at my social media over here because I'm focusing on your social media, not mine. So, but unfortunately, that's part of the hats you got to wear. I got to market my own thing, and but yeah, give me
yeah.
some of that magic dust.
Mhm.
I'd love some of that. That'd be great.
Find time to work on the business, not always in the business, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, before we get to the final exciting question, how can people find you? How can they reach out and get in touch with you?
I would just say themarketingswitch.com. If you can
Okay.
put this and put it right here. Themarketingswitch.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Send it once a week. It's entertaining more than anything else.
Yeah.
There's another big little random hint I'm going to say. If you're going to send something out, make sure it's 80% entertaining, 20% industry stuff.
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of accountants and people like that, and they'll send out newsletters just full of like tax information. And I'm like, no one wants to read that. Come on now. Put some memes in there, make some jokes or something silly like that. So sign up for my
Good.
newsletter.
That's a great tip for today.
Yeah. Sign up for a
Love it.
newsletter. It's fun and entertaining. So
Awesome. Okay, so final question of the day. What is most inspiring to you today?
most inspiring me today. I watched a great series recently on Netflix called Death by Lightning. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before.
Ah,
I'm a big nerd on like especially things that are true, and this is
ah,
about former President Garfield who like got shot 3 months into his administration, and it's about his rise and how he basically was nobody and gave a great speech and they nominated him for president and he won. He really did it his own way and went about it his own way, and I love it. It's such a great series. I've watched like twice in a row type thing. So that's something I just finished and I'm really inspired by it.
give me that one again. What's it called?
Death by Lightning.
Death by Lightning.
Yes,
Awesome.
it's about yeah, like I said, the shooting of Garfield. Then from there, I expanded into learning more about General Grant, former President Grant, and that guy's amazing too. So I
Yeah,
get into the nerdy wormholes. I start diving in. So
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, this has been an awesome conversation. You were a fantastic guest. I think we know more about your business and we know more about marketing. So I appreciate your time. The Marketing Switch. For those of you watching and listening, I encourage all of you to like and save this episode, come back. Al had some great tips in here. Subscribe to the channel so you get the next episode that we're going to be filming here shortly today, and you get notified of all those. Thanks everyone who joined us, and special thanks to you, Al. This was a great conversation.
thank you very much.
All right. Take care, guys.